How to meet and approach women. Sharp Game coming at you with another episode from ChooseYourRelationships.com, author of Love Can't Wait, which can be found on Amazon.com. So yeah, this is another question that I got a couple of days ago. Long time listener. He said, how do I meet women? I mean, how do I approach? Um, how do you meet a certain group of women, whether it's based on nationality or culture, religion? What's the best way to go about doing this? Well, here's the deal. If you've been following me for a while, you know that I always say your job as a man is to be the best you can be at all given time. Because that's going to determine the quality of woman, the quality of group of people or individual that come into your life, that's attracted to you. That makes you interesting to to the next man, the next woman, the next group of people. A lot of times you have to be interested in other people for them to be interested in you. And along with that, you have to be a certain type of person as well. Relationships, regardless of how you see relationships, you're a reflection, a mirror. So if you don't like what you see when you look in the mirror, the good news is you can change it. Now, today you have a lot of these dating websites, and then you have the social media websites. Now, there's a lot of disadvantages when it comes to social media, when it comes to dating websites, because online is all about, people tend to be very shallow online. It's all about flash. It's all about, look at me. It's about a lot of attention. Um, it's all about people following people. It's all about how many people giving me likes. And you can't display your personality online as well compared to being in person. So online, people are very shallow. Um, if you don't look a certain type of way, online is probably not going to work for you. Certain locations definitely won't work for you. If you live in a place, let's say um, Miami, San Francisco, New York City. If you live in a major city and you try to do online dating, I think for most people it's not going to work out well. I think for most people you're probably better off meeting people in person. You're probably better off meeting women through a mutual friend. Could be a woman. You know, you're probably better off taking that route if you're in a major city. Now, if you go to a smaller town, you probably online dating websites probably work. Plenty of Fish probably work just fine if you're in a smaller town. But if you're in a big city, and if you don't look a certain type of way based on how the women are conditioned in that area, that town, that city, online dating is probably not going to work for you. It's probably not going to work for most people. Now, if you go to another country and you're like, um, you know, you're like the only black person there in that area, the only white person in that area, the only Latin person in that area. Of course, you're gonna stick out on the dating website. I mean, you might even stick out in public. So of course you're gonna have a lot of women campaigning. They're gonna be looking. They won't giving you attention. Online dating might work perfectly, and that and when it comes to that experience, you know, because you're like the exception to the rule in that environment. If you go to Brazil, if I go to Brazil, and as soon as I get to Brazil, or maybe before I get to Brazil, I go online and reach out to a couple of girls in Brazil. I'm probably going to get a lot of feedback because I'm from America and they're from Brazil. I'm coming in, I'm going to a new place. They know I'm coming from America. You know, I look very similar to them. 9 times out of 10, that's what I'm gonna go for. I'm gonna go for the women that have heavy features. Because that's what I like. I like women with heavy features, big breasts, big thighs, butts. That's what I like. So that's the type of women I'm gonna go for if I go to Brazil. So I'm probably gonna get a lot of feedback online if I take that route. Now, if somebody else take that route that don't look like me, they probably ain't gonna get that response like that. And that's just how it is. You know, a lot of times you get who you are. That's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? You can't have them all. You gotta know who you are. You gotta know what you're working with. And then another guy was like, okay, how do I get a girl from India, East India? You know, he said this girl. There's a lot of girls he see where he live at. That's East Indian. I guess he live in an apartment somewhere close to where I live. I guess I don't know. I'm not sure. But he said, how do I get up on these women? I said, well, most of these women are married. That's over here, unless she's born and raised over here. So I said, if you want an East Indian woman, now you probably gonna have to get at her at the job. Because a few jobs that I've had, there's a lot of East Indian women that work up in there. So the best place to catch them is at the job. A lot of times you have to go where these women are. You got to go where they hang out at, and position yourself as that dude, and go for what you know. So and then I went on to tell him. I said, if you're at the job, your job is to um get get the phone number and follow up with her outside the job. And like I said, she might be married, she might not be. You know what I'm saying? And if she is married, maybe you want to do something on the side. Hey, look, I ain't the fucking moral police. You know what I'm saying? Do your thing. You know? But a lot of these women are single and a lot of them are married. The ones that are usually single, they were born and raised over here. If they came from someplace else over here, 9 times out of 10, she's married. These women that come over here from East, and they don't really come over here single like that. Some guy wanted her to come over here so he could get married to her and start a family. That's usually how it go. You know what I'm saying? And most of them are Hebrew. That's just what it is. So, and then you have to understand the family dynamics when it comes to them and all of that stuff. So if you want to get into that, knock yourself out, but the grass is never green on the other side. That's all I got to say on that. You know what I'm saying? So hey, you got to get at them on the job. Now, if you're at a job, this is how I get at women at the job. This is how I've done it in the past. I still do it to this day, but hey, hey, whatever. But hey, this is how you do it. Now, if you have a job like I've had over the past couple of years, I see the same people almost every day, 5 days a week, basically, right? So this makes it easier because when people are used to seeing your face, they warm up to you. They gravitate towards you. All of a sudden, you saying, hey, good morning, good afternoon, have a nice day, have a nice weekend. If you keep doing that, over a couple weeks, all of a sudden, you say, "Hey, what's your name?" And then you say, "Okay, you introduce yourself," and you keep escalating. You keep escalating. You know what I'm saying? In the next couple of weeks, you see her. You keep on seeing her now, and probably another week or two. Then you say, "Hey, you might have a little conversation, a little chit chat with her." Now, don't try and have a full blown conversation with her. Now, you chit chat. You say a little something here and there or whatever, you know. But you always escalate. It's kind of like following up a sale, you know. You're not trying to have a full blown conversation. You're trying to get the phone number so you can have a conversation with her outside the job. That's how you do that. That's how you get at women at the job. You know, that's how I've done it, you know, in the past and still to this day. Because these jobs are so structured and there's so much drama on these jobs. You know, you got to keep your personal life kind of under wraps, you know. And you just go to that job and the less they know about you, the better off you be. But that's how you get at these women. A lot of times you got to go where they dwell. Now, if you want to get at the mamacitas, a lot of times you probably have to go to the clubs, the parties, or meet them through somebody that you already know, or something like that. Meeting people through mutual friend, y'all don't even have to be friends. Y'all can just be cool, a cool associate. Meeting people through associates, that's probably been some of the best friendships and people that I've met in my entire life. Really. Because when you meet somebody through somebody that you trust, a mutual friend, associate, they kind of co-sign you. You know, it's kind of like they don't have a guard. The other person don't have a guard up because the other person is saying that the person in the middle, the third party person, hey, you know, if he or she is introducing me to this other person, they can't be bad. They got to be cool. They got to be, you know, decent. And there now that don't necessarily has to be true, but that's how most people see it. But that's way better than meeting a person cold, a cold approach. Someone straight off the street, straight off the block, straight off the sidewalk. Someone at the grocery store. That's much harder meeting somebody in a grocery store, Target, somebody that you ain't never seen in your life. Because when people are out and about in public, you have to understand most people are not friendly like that. And most people have a guard up when they're out in public. But if you meet someone through a mutual friend, they don't have no guard up. You know, they're relaxed, they're probably chilling, having a good time, talking or whatever. So it's going to be much easier for you to meet people through a mutual friend. And it's going to be easier to meet someone in person, just period, versus being on the internet. You know, because you're at a disadvantage because you can't display your personality. It's very difficult to do that online unless you do it in video, and most websites don't let you do it in video. You know, so you're gonna have to kind of be a wordsmith online, or you're gonna have to do something that's so outrageous to really grab a woman's attention, and then that might turn her off because every woman is different. Every woman has a different personality. They see the world different. They've been conditioned differently, and all that stuff. So ultimately, you're better off meeting women in person. You know. So hey. So you tell me. Question of the day is this: how do you meet women? Leave your answers in the comment section below. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up, like, subscribe, click the little bell below. That way when I come online, you get to interact with me and ask questions. Until next time, I'm out. Peace.